I would like to begin the lesson by giving all praises, honor, and glory to Yahweh Bahashem, Yahweh Shai Bahashem, Rakakodash. Double honors unto the apostles, double honors unto the elder bishops at Great Millstone who taught me this truth through the spirit and the power of Yahweh Bahashem, Yahweh Shai. Peace and salutations to the brothers out there pushing this truth, the 100% truth out there on the highways and the byways, the Akim, as well as the few sisters out there listening and learning, the Aqua, to as I say, Shalom. Here's your brother, Karatazaka Bar, back with another lesson through the spirit. I just want to come to y'all with some quick and Lord willing edifying through the spirit, man. I seen a brother post his video up on his page earlier today. And just gonna go ahead pretty much doing a reaction on it, you could say. Yeah, this person is going slow, so I can trans right now, but nonetheless I'm gonna pull out precepts through the spirit to the best of my ability. And this is gonna be a fairly easy lesson. You know, this isn't anything that myself or brothers haven't talked about before, but you know, in the times that we're in right now, you're gonna see stuff like this happen more and more. So it's just gonna become more and more common and relevant. You know, and it's also just gonna goes to show you and identify you who the true Edomites are of the Bible on the face of the earth today, because they never left. So let's go ahead and play this.
Guys, my name's Lane, and I want to welcome you to our underground bunker somewhere in Indiana. It goes for miles. See all that? There's stacks of it. I would say 50 people, 10 years, 40 people, 12, all kind of stuff. Pancakes over there. Got mounds of pancakes. Hundreds of pancakes. Mounds of pancakes. Noodles. We check the stock on it from time to time. Throw out what's bad. A lot of coffee. All our meats are down there. Apple sauces. It's rice. You got your white balsamic vinegar for salad. We got all of our powder, bread flour. We got our Lowry salt seasoning. What you see here is rice and beans. You got pinto beans. You got rice and white beans. We got beans for days. And this is all Augusta Foods. Augusta Farms. Look into Augusta. It's a good prepper food. It lasts 30, 40 years. It's good, and it's good for you.
Oh,
it's not full of sodium. Come down this way.
Yeah, this is hundreds of thousands of dollars right there. Stuff. So this is hundreds of thousands of
I
dollars.
think he's got like 400,000. Because all your money's in this fucking meat over here. So now we got our syrups.
So, yeah, man, as you can see, you know, these people are building bunkers. You have places like Costco who sell bug out bags and apocalypse packs and stuff like that. So it just goes to show you, man, that number one, the prophets are correct as always. Number two, and that just really comes from the Lord bestowing his revealing his secrets unto us, so we can be able to move and decipher the signs and the times that we're in right now. And it just goes to show you that, man, that the truth is getting out, and people are realizing more and more and seeing that this place is about to end, man. There is no more life in Babylon. There is no making a name for yourself over here, because this shit is about to perish, you know. And we know that we've been saying that for years now, you know. But as the days go on and on, the Lord's gonna make it more and more evident. And, you know what I'm saying? Make the signs more and more plain. So just know that the Lord swore to himself that he was gonna destroy wickedness off the face of the earth. He's gonna do it in due time, right? And it's gonna happen according to his watch. This Amos 9:1, it says, God's judgment unavoidable, the Most High power. So I saw the Lord standing upon the altar, and he said, smite the lintel of the door, that the post may shake, and cut them in the head, all of them, and I will slay the last of them with the sword. He that fleeth of them shall not flee away, and he that escapeth of them shall not be delivered. Though they dig into hell, meaning the ground, or the sub-world, thence shall my hand take them. Though they climb up to heaven, which is pretty much them trying to go over the different planets and stuff like that to avoid the Lord's judgment. Them digging into hell just goes into them making bunkers and stuff like that to avoid the Lord's judgment. But as you just read in the title, the Most High Power's judgment is unavoidable. Thence will I bring them down. It says, and though they hide themselves in the top of Carmel, meaning in the mountains and stuff like that, you know, because they build into mountains and whatnot. You know, they have bunkers in mountains. They have bunkers underground. They have societies. They have whole civilizations underground, man. I've done lessons on it. You know, whole cities underground, because that's where they came from. The troglodytes, cave dwellers. I will search and take them out thence, and though they be hid from my sight in the bottom of the sea, right? Because they have societies and stuff like that, cities underground, under the water, you know, like Atlantis and shit. Thence will I command the serpent, and he shall bite them, meaning Leviathan. And you know, if you know anything about science and stuff like that, it's been reported, I'm pretty sure, like, that humans have only discovered like maybe 5 to 10% of the earth, or like of the seas and the oceans and stuff like that. So there's no telling what the Lord have down there other than Leviathan. You know what I'm saying? Megalodons are still roaming around the earth, and other creatures that we have no idea of, that the Lord has in place, that he's going to summon them in the time of judgment. It says, and though they go into captivity before their enemies, thence will I command the sword. Thence will I command the sword, and it shall slay them, and I will set my eyes upon them for evil and not for good. Why? Because all they done is pushed out evil and iniquity throughout the 4 quarters of the earth. You know? Just like we were scattered amongst the 4 corners of the earth, they've been pushing wickedness amongst the 4 corners of the earth. You know? So, let me get this. I want to get the word hell so y'all know it's not talking about hell as in people think it's an eternal place that's burning with fire.
Strong's H 2864. Chather.
It says to dig, row, to dig, in the houses of burglary, to row in water. And that's not what I was looking for. I feel like this might have been a different definition a while ago, because you know sometimes nowadays they just start changing shit, bro. But if I recall correctly, that word hell goes in the like the ground of the earth, or the sub world, meaning underground. But that's what that precept is saying. You know, they dig into hell. Because hell itself, an eternal place burning with fire, is not real. I'm trying to get a cross reference. It's lucky. Here's another one. It says, a day of reckoning coming, for the day of Yahweh of hosts shall be upon everyone that is proud and lofty, and upon everyone that is lifted up, and he shall be brought low. Isn't that, you know, the whole Babylon the Great is high and lofty and proud, and things that nobody can bring them down. Jumping down to verse 19, it says, and they shall go into the holes of the rocks and into the caves of the earth for fear of Yahweh and for the glory of his majesty when he arises to shake terribly the earth, you know. In that day, a man shall cast his idols of silver and his idols of gold, which they made each one for himself to worship, to the moles and to the bats. Meaning those idols aren't going to be able to save you in that time because they're fake. They hold no power. Only one that holds power is the one who created the heavens, which is the Heavenly Father, Yahweh. It says to go into the clefts of the rocks and into the top of the ragged rocks for fear of Yahweh and for the glory of his majesty when he arises to shake terribly the earth. Cease ye from man whose breath is in his nostrils, for wherein is he to be accounted of, you know? So these people think that they can escape judgment from the Lord by digging into the earth and creating bunkers, and like this dude is doing, prepping and saving up food and whatnot to combat the famine, you know. And there's an account of that in the scriptures. I'm not gonna go there yet. Let me see if I can get this. I think it might be in verse 6, chapter 16. It says, Salaki, give me one moment. These people drive like bats out of hell. Okay. 2nd Ezra 16 and 21. 2nd Ezra 16 and 21. Behold, victuals, meaning food, shall be so good cheap upon earth that they shall think themselves to be in good case. Meaning, like in a sense of for when they shall say peace and safety. Meaning people thinking that everything is going back to normal. That they shall think themselves to be in good case, and even then shall evils grow upon earth, sore famine and great confusion. Right? Here's my point. For many of them that dwell upon earth shall perish of famine, and the other that escape the hunger shall the sword destroy. Right? So you're not going to get out of this if the Lord doesn't want you to. If you're not a part of the elect, you're not going to make it out of this. It don't matter how hard you try to escape the plagues the Lord is sending at you. He's sending too many. And the only way that you can escape them is if you're on the right hand side, the side of righteousness. That's the only way you can escape it. So if you don't fall into that category, then there's no type of preparing you can do, right? None of that prepping shit will save you in that day. It says, and the dead shall be cast out as dung, and there shall be no man to comfort them, for the earth shall be wasted, and the city shall be cast down, right? And that just symbolizing how much death is going to be in the streets in that time. The Lord is accounted as dung on the street, right? Is pretty much not resulting it, but relating it to just a piece of shit on the ground. It's going to be piles of it. It's going to be mass death on the earth, you know. And I'm approaching my destination here shortly, but I want to get this. If you all don't know the account of what happened in the land of Egypt during the time of Joseph, I highly advise that you go and read that. When he was pretty much a pharaoh in Egypt, or he was a high-ranking official in Egypt, and he prophesied those 7 years of prosperity and then those 7 years of famine that the land of Egypt will have over there, right? Because there was a famine going through the land. But that's in the book of Genesis, the 41st chapter. And I'll just give a brief brief overview. You know, the Pharaoh at the time knew that he was gonna have 7 years of prosperity, so they lived it up. And during that time, they stocked up food and stuff like that in the city, and as a way to prepare for the 7 years of famine, thinking that if they stocked up as much food as they could, that they would be able to get through it. And as you can see, that didn't happen. You know, that famine still hit them hard, and all that preparing they did resulted to nothing. You know, it didn't do shit for them. So like, I'm tripping. It didn't do nothing for them though, and they ended up dying. But I want to get this real quick for the brother Shaquat, because at the end of the day, these people that prep and stuff like that, all y'all are doing is saving up that food for the elect. You know, Lord willing, we be that number. I'm just saving that food up for us in that time, because y'all aren't going to be able to escape the judgment that the Lord is bringing forth, and y'all aren't going to last. Oh, so like it not wisdom and knowledge, us. Isaiah 65, verse 13. It says, Isaiah 65 and verse 12, therefore will I number you to the sword, and ye shall all bow down in the slaughter, because when I called, ye did not answer. We're just talking about the Israelites. When I spake, ye did not hear, but did evil before my eyes, and did choose that wherein I delighted not. Wherefore thus saith Yahweh the Most High Power, behold, my servant shall eat, but ye shall be hungry. Behold, my servant shall drink, but ye shall be thirsty. Behold, my servant shall rejoice, but ye shall be ashamed. Behold, my servant shall sing for joy of heart, but ye shall cry for sorrow of heart, and shall howl for vexation of spirit. And in that day, you know, the Lord's going to take care of us. And it also speaks about that in the book of Matthew, the 6th chapter, around the 30th verse, going into not worrying about what you will eat, what you would drink, especially in the times that we're coming in now, because it's going to get more and more worse and worse out there, man. So that being said, man, Lord willing, the lesson was edifying to those out there listening and watching. I've made it to my destination safely. Call halal, Yahweh, by Hashem, Yahweh Shai, by Hashem, Kakudash. Double honors unto the apostles and the other bishops at Great Millstone. Once again, we've taught me this truth through the spirit and the power of Yahweh, by Hashem, Yahweh Shai. And until next time, I say shalom, Israel, shalom. As always, I want to get close to the kingdom, man. Keep pushing, keep pushing, keep pushing. Shalom, Israel, shalom.